Right, everyone, welcome back. Now, in this lecture, we are going to cover how we are actually going to verify our user account. Now, there are actually two ways of doing so. The first is basically if we want to verify the user by using the programmatically or manually by writing everything and managing everything by ourselves. Or the second approach is basically we use the Laravel provided method. And I think, and the easiest way is basically by using the Laravel email verification method. Now, the reason is that because it is already built for us and it is obviously secure, so we do not have to manually go through all the security policies and stuff like that. So, we are basically going to implement that. Now, there are a very few steps involved in verifying the email by using the Laravel verification method, and it's pretty simple. Okay, let's get started. The first process is basically we need to prepare our model. So inside the model, what we need, so since we are basically going to verify our users model, what we need to do is basically we need to implement two things. The first is we need to use this must verify email contract, and secondly, we also need to implement this contract on our user model. How we can do that? Let's quickly go to our user model here. And here, the first thing you will notice is basically this will be commented out. So you need to uncomment this one. And secondly, you need to implement must verify email. That's the first step. Okay. Now, the second step is basically, so if in our case we are basically not using any sort of starter kit here. So if we are using any sort of starter kit, or if you are using any sort of starter kit, so what happens is basically Laravel automatically does that jobs for us. Now how it does is basically the starter kit's already added that code behind the scenes, so we do not need to worry about that. But since in our case we are basically making our application custom application, so we need to send the register email event. Okay, so we need to trigger this event which will basically send the register email to our user. Now, before actually doing that, so let's actually first copy this event and paste it in our register controller. So down below where this commit ends, we need to register our user, and we have defined our user variable and we are passing the user here. Okay, now before this actually works, what else we need is basically we need a way to send the emails from our local server to somewhere. Okay, so in that case what I'm going to do is basically I am not going to trigger the emails directly to the users, since we do not want to do that, because we first want to test how things gonna work. So in that way, we are going to basically use the mail trap. So mail trap automatically gets our emails, and it basically does not send our email to the real users. So what you need to do is basically, if you do not have an account, so just click on sign up. It's totally free. You can choose the free version. And once you are signed up, what you need to do is basically you will be taken to this home page. Click on inboxes, and in this inboxes on the left hand side you will see all of the emails that are basically coming or you are receiving. And we need to basically implement or use the keys of this in our Laravel application. So click on PHP, and we have Laravel 9 plus version. Click on that and click on copy. So once you click on copy, what you need to do is basically go to the .env file and paste those variables or values directly here. Okay, so Laravel will take care the rest. All right. Now, since we have done these three parts, now the next thing is basically we need to prepare our database. So definitely our database is already prepared since we have downloaded the latest database. So sorry, latest Laravel, and this column is already there. Now, the last step is basically we need to get our routing done. Okay, so we need two routes properly. Okay, these are important. The third one is basically the third route here you can see. Okay, so let's start with by the first route. So the first route is basically will be used to generate a link. The second is basically when the user will click on that link, what should happen. And the third is basically a route will be needed to resend a verification link if a user accidentally loses the first verification link. That is an optional. You can definitely use that in your applications. Okay, so let's get started with that. So the first thing that we need to do is basically after this verification method, the first thing that we are required is to use definitely let's go to this email verification handler. Okay, so let's copy this route here and go to our web.php and paste it here. Okay, and this route is basically, let me comment this out, and let's dump and die the request all here. Okay, so what it is doing is basically this is checking if this is middleware is authenticated. So the user is authenticated and it is signed. Okay, so if these two are basically done or marked properly, so then this method will trigger and we are basically fulfilling the request. So we will check what this actually is giving us. Okay, now before we actually go to that and try to hit the submit the form, let's actually see what will happen if we do that. So if I now register an account by using the fake fill information, and so we definitely have an option of resending the email as well if we want to do that. Then you can see that the email has been sent, user has been registered. So we have now the verification email here. Click on that, and once you click on this one, okay, so this is going to take you directly back to the home page. Now, why is that? So if you take a look at our database, the user email is not verified, but why is it redirecting us? Okay, so the reason is that because we are using the authenticated middleware, and in the authenticated middleware the user must have to log in. Okay, if we are not going to do that and we are going to say okay, let's use the guest middleware, let's try to click on that, so we will definitely get an error. Now this error is basically because here you can see this user get key. Now this is trying to get a user and the user is basically not logged in. So how this gonna work? Okay, so what we need is basically once the user is registered, we need to log in the user. So all we are going to do is basically we are going to implement the login functionality and we are going to pass the user. Once the user is logged in, we are going to send the register event and then we are redirecting the user back. Okay, now let's click on that or maybe sorry, not click on that, let's register our user one more time. Click on sign up. Once the user will be signed up, so definitely they will not be redirected to this user page. The reason is that that is a guest page, so we are hope so that we will get an encounter an error. So yes, that is we are getting, but we are now getting an email. So let's also define a route for our protected middlewares. So web will be there and let's use auth, and let's remove this throttling here, and let's also create a page of home, and let's remove everything from here, name it home, and let's give this a callback function. Okay, and let's return or maybe dump and die log in, like so. um and then let's so this should work now. Okay, so once we are now logged in, so we will now you can see we are now redirected to our login page. Okay, now we have got an email. Click on that, and now we need to click on verify email address. Now if we are going to click on that, now you can see we have expires and we have signature. Okay, so this signature contains a lot of information. but we are not going to deep dive into that. So what will happen is that once we are going to fulfill the request, so right now you can see that the user still does not has email verified. And one more thing, down here you can see that protecting routes. If I now try to apply the verified route here, sorry, the verified middleware here on top of this home page, and if I now click on that, this is going to say, okay, this does not exist. So this route does not exist. So let's create this route, and the route is probably up top here. The first route is this one. Okay, let's copy this route, and for the time being, let's paste it here, or maybe let's paste it after this home page, and let's return the dump and die. You are okay, so you need to verify your email address. Now if I go to that and reload the page, so this should definitely take us to this verification dot notice. Actually, we should not place it in the verified method. We should place it outside the verify method. Now, if I click on that, so here it takes you need to verify your email address. Okay. Now, once I am going to click on verify, so now this is working. Now, if I take a look at our refresh, so here you can see this is now has a verified email at email verified at column is automatically filled. Now, if I try to go to my home page, now here you can see that I am now logged in. Again, if I empty this one, click on null and reload this page, we are now going redirected back again to you need to verify your email address. Okay. Now, what if I deleted this and click on that again to verify? And now if I take a look at here again, so now you can see that again this is verification is done. Okay, now one last thing that we need to do is once this request is fulfilled, we also need to make sure that we do basically set our user active state to 1. So all I can do is basically I can use auth user, and then I can use the active equals to 1. Okay, or maybe I can store the user here and I can get the user, and I can use $user equals to $user active equals to 1, and I can use $user update method like so. So let's remove this option from here. And now if I try to click on that one more time and refresh the page, you can now see the active column is set to 1. Okay, so this is how we are actually we can actually verify our user account. So it's pretty simple, pretty neat and clean, pretty easy. Definitely we do not want to create a mess here, so I will refactor the whole code. But the idea was is basically how we can verify and how we can apply the verification method. So this is like a couple of steps and this can be done. So definitely I am explaining you everything and how this works. So it takes a couple of time more than if you try to do it by yourself, and if you know how this works or if you follow the documentation, so this should be get done within like 2 minutes. All right, that's about it, and I will see you in the next one.